You wrote an article looking at another aspect of this. You wrote an article in Time magazine this week in which you said the following: war should only occur when America is attacked, when it is threatened, or when American interests are attacked or threatened. The question I have, sir, is there no place for humanitarian issues in the Rand Paul doctrine? What about Rwanda? What about Kosovo? What about in World War II, the Nazis exterminating the Jews? Is there no case where President Paul would say, we need to get involved militarily to stop that?
You know, I consider myself to be a realist when it comes to foreign policy. We look at every individual situation and you have to assess the facts. And then there's the process. How does war begin? It's initiated by Congress. So really Congress, the people's representatives, we look at every individual situation. And I wouldn't say there's absolutely no case to get involved, but I would say that typically America has to be involved, or American interests have to be involved. We have a lot of allies in the Middle East: Turkey, Israel, Jordan. A lot of those come into play when we decide whether or not to get involved. But the thing is I think if we get involved in Syria, it's more likely to be unstable or to create instability. One of the big things is the administration has admitted that they would use ground troops if the chemical weapons are threatened to be moved. And they also have admitted it would take 75,000 American troops to secure these chemical weapons. So my question to the administration is, if you bomb Assad, is it more likely or less likely that the chemical weapons will become unsecured and they could go into rogue elements such as Al-Qaeda, which is fighting with the rebels against the Assad government?
Senator, I want to get into one last issue with you. There is clearly a split inside the Republican Party now between the so-called interventionists like John McCain, Lindsey Graham, and then on the other side, people like you who they call isolationists. Where's the future of the party?
You know, I think name-calling isn't the future, and I'm not an isolationist. I do believe in intervening when American interest or national security is threatened. What I would say, when you talk about who's winning this battle, talk to any American. I was in the airport yesterday, and I talked to the father of a son who's on an aircraft carrier over there now and whose nephew was burned severely in the Iraq War, and his words were to me, stand up and fight them on Syria. We should only go to war when we have to. That's what our young people think, too. If you talk to our young soldiers, men and women who are fighting, who have volunteered, they're willing to fight for America, but they want it to be a clear-cut American purpose and that we're going to win. They don't want to fight for stalemate. President Obama wants stalemate. He doesn't want victory, and if you're not going to fight for victory, we should never be involved in a war.